Okay, so in our last lesson, we talked about what context clues are and how sometimes if you come to a word that you don't know in your book, you can just use the pictures. Remember, you can look at the picture and be like, oh yeah, that's what that word might mean. So do you remember what a context clue is? What is a context clue? What does it do?
Help you figure out a word.
Yeah, exactly. It helps you figure out a word. So think about a clue. If you ever need a clue for something, say you're stumped on where Sean's hiding, and you're like, I need a clue. It helps you find him. So it's kind of the same thing with context clues. They're giving you a little clue to help you find it. And it's within the book. You use the clues in the book to help you. So today, we're going to learn about another context clue. If you get stumped on a word and you look at the picture and it can't help you, another thing you can do is look at the words. So first you can try the picture, and then if you're still stumped and can't figure out that word, you can look at the other words in the book to see if it helps you. So I'm going to show you an example. We're going to use Bob the dog, and it's written by Rodrigo Folgare and Polly Bernadette. Bob the dog. So I'm going to show you what to do if you're reading and you get stumped on a word, how you can look at the other words in the text. Bob the dog. Mark and Bob the dog were playing in the park one day. So we know the picture's kind of helping us there. We see them playing in the park. They were running and... this is a big word. So if I came to that word and I was like, I don't know what that word is. They were running and... So I'm going to skip it for now. They were running and blank so hard they didn't see the... So I can use these Post-it notes and kind of put it over that word and read it as a blank. They were running and blank so hard they didn't see the... So I'm going to kind of use the picture and use the other words in the text. What could that word mean? Let's look at how it starts.
Laughing.
Laughing. They were running and laughing so hard they didn't see the... Gulp. What didn't they see? Tiny little... So if I came to that one and I was like, that's a big word. That's spelled kind of funny. I don't recognize it. I can put my Post-it note over it. The tiny little blank bird. So I know that word is telling me a little bit about the bird. So let's look at how it starts.
Yellow.
Yellow. Tiny little yellow bird. Bob began to blank. We're going to cover that word up, because if I don't know what that word is. Bob began to blank. Oh, I've eaten him, he cried. I've eaten the tiny, innocent little birdie wordy. So we kind of know what he's doing in here. Let's look at that word. Bob began to sob. What word in there could help you know that was sob? Is there any word in there that means like the same as sob? Do you know what sob means? What does it mean to sob?
Mope.
Nope, he's sobbing. Why is he sobbing?
Because he swallowed a bird.
Yeah, he swallowed the bird. So look in here. There's another word that means the same as sob.
Cried.
Cried. Sob is the same as like crying very hard. So Bob began to sob. Oh, I've eaten him, he cried. So we know that he's crying, so we can figure out that word sob. Mark tried to blank him. Do you know that word?
Comfort.
Comfort him, great. But Bob didn't eat birds. He sobbed, remember that word from over here, and we're going to put a blank in there for now. He sobbed and blanked and blanked. So if we put 2 Post-it notes on here, because those are 2 big words, perfect. Go ahead and add a Post-it note over that word. So Bob didn't eat birds. He sobbed and blanked and blanked. So what do you think these words probably mean? What's something that they might mean?
I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, so we're going to have to use our context clues because you have no idea. These are tricky words. Okay, so Bob didn't eat birds. He sobbed and blanked and blanked. So what do you think that these 2 might be the same and what they might mean?
He's sad.
Yeah, he's sad. So we know these words are going to be something sad. He's sobbing. They're going to be similar to sobbing. We're going to use this word, sobbed, right here as our clue. So now let's look at it. What are two words that can mean the same as sobbed? Let's try to look at the beginning sound.
Wide.
Let's look at that. Look at the ending. What's the ending?
Lid.
The ed, ed. Remember the ed ending?
Lid.
Ed. And now let's look at the main word. What's something that means the same as sob that starts with a W? When you're so sad, this might be a new word for you. You're so sad, like you're crying so loud. Sobbed and wailed. So he's wailing, like if you're ever so sad, or if your brother's ever so sad, he's wailing. He's sobbing and crying super loud. So he sobbed and wailed. So we know that wailed means the same as sobbed. Yeah, and what's the second word then?
Howled.
Howled. So when we come to howled, we can use both of these words as our context clues. We know that this word, howled, is going to mean the same thing as sobbed and wailed. All right, let's do one more page together, and then I'll see if you can figure some out on your own.
That's easy.
Okay, good. Then Bob's tummy made a, do you know that word?
Strange.
Noise. Tweet! He's alive, Bob, cried Mark. And then a little voice spoke. My name is Jeremy. Jeremy the...
Carry.
Let's put a post-it note over that one. Go ahead and put a post-it note. Okay, so we'll put a post-it note over that because we're not sure what that word means. So we're going to go ahead and read this whole paragraph and just put a blank in there, okay? Can you do that for me? Go ahead and start right here.
And then he... Little noise.
Let's look a little bit closer at that word.
Noisy.
No, look very close. What does it start with?
Voice.
Mm-hmm. Don't know that word? Okay. Let's put a post-it note over it. Do you know, you can read it if you know that one. You can go ahead and read that one if you know that one.
Spoke.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Jeremy the
So we'll just say blank there.
blank, and I'm hiding in here, and he wouldn't say another word.
Okay, so Jeremy the, if you didn't know what word was there, what's a word that we could put there? Jeremy the
Bird.
bird. So this word is canary. Canary. It's a type of bird. It's another word that means the exact same thing as bird. So by putting a blank in there, you can kind of think about what word would make sense. And now you just learned another word for bird. So that's the type of bird that Jeremy is. All right, let's go and go on the next page.
Oh dear, said Mark. I think we'd better get some help.
All right, let's see what they're gonna do.
Bob and Mark.
That's a big word. Perfect.
Wait, hold on.
Good. I like how first you're trying to see if you recognize it. It's a good strategy to try to use. So you can try to decode it and see if it looks familiar. If not, yep, just put the post-it over it and we'll come back to it. So we'll just start again and put a blank there, okay?
All their friends.
And start all the way back at the top of the sentence and just read a blank, okay?
Bob, and Mark blank. Oh, gathered.
See? So how did you figure that out?
Because I read this book before.
And because you're able to think about it, Bob and Mark gathered all their friends. You could look at the picture. You see how they're bringing all their friends together. So what do you think gather means?
Bring your friends together.
And if you kept reading, you could see Bob and Mark blank all their friends. So if you're trying to think about a word that you'd put in there, Bob and Mark, You could say brought all their friends or met all their friends, and they kind of mean the same thing. All right, so let's go ahead and keep reading. I think we're right here.
Gathered all their friends. Roger.
That's a name. It's Roger.
Roger the bunny.
Ooh, let's look a bit closer at that. So,
Rabbit.
Yeah, I think that you're using your picture, but it's actually rabbit. Yeah. But if we didn't know the word rabbit, bunny would be a great word to substitute in there. And it would still make sense, right? Because you can see Roger the rabbit. Okay, great job.
Kathy the cat. And of course, Oscar the owl. First, Kathy the cat tried blowing pepper up Bob's nose to make Jeremy come out with a sneeze. Ha, 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 choo!
Alright, so what if we didn't know the word sneeze? What if I was reading this and I didn't know what the word sneeze was? I had to put that over. What words in here could help me know what that word is? What words? Go ahead and read them out loud.
Ha, 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 choo!
Yeah, because I could be like, oh, I know what he's doing there. He's sneezing. All right, we'll read just 2 more pages, and then we'll go ahead and take a break. You want to keep reading a little bit more? Okay, go ahead. You're doing great. Yeah. Okay, it's right there, sweetie.
But that didn't work. I just made Bob follower.
Oh, how do you think he's feeling?
Mad.
Yeah, why would he be mad?
Because nothing's working, and he's like, I have no idea if this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Next, Roger the rabbit tried bouncing on Bob's belly.
What?
He's bouncing on his back, but they say belly. Belly to make Jeremy pop out with a brum.
Let's put a Post-it over that one.
I don't think that one's
Next, Roger the rabbit tried bouncing on Bob's belly to make Jeremy pop out with a, and then let's read the next part. Boing, boing, boing. Pop out with a what? Think about it. What does it say he's doing? What is Roger the rabbit doing?
Bouncing.
On where? Where's he bouncing?
Back.
On whose back?
Bob's.
So think about it. Well, it says belly up here, so we'll just use belly. So if someone's bouncing on your belly, what might make you do? It might make you pop out a
burp.
Burp. There you go. Bouncing on Bob's belly.
Puke.
Puke. And see, it'd be kind of close. You can fill in, use the clues in the sentence to help you find out what that word means. All right. Boing, boing, boing.
Next one done. But that didn't work. It just made Bob feel sick. He looked dead.
Okay.
Then Oscar the owl tried.
Let's put a Post-it over that one. That's a pretty big one. You want to put a Post-it over that? Here, you want to use the used one?
This one.
Okay, perfect.
Let me just see.
Okay, good. So first you're trying to look at the word and see if you can figure it out.
Shaking.
There you go. How'd you figure that out?
Shake. I said aching.
Oh,
Shaking.
so you did the root word and then the suffix. Shaking. Good.
Bob to. Let me just start over.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Then Oscar the owl tried shaking Bob to make Jeremy fall out.
What are these words down here? Do you know that one? It's a sound word. So it's a sound. Yeah, kind of like, whoa. Like, he's shaking him so he'd fall out. So kind of think about the sounds that you'd make if someone was shaking you. So he's like, whoa, arg, berg. So he's getting shaken. So he's saying all these things. All right, let's go over here.
I don't want him to stick out my tongue. But that didn't work.
Okay.
I know that word.
You know that one? Okay, go ahead.
It just made Bob feel dizzy.
Good.
Please, yelled Mark. Somebody help! My dog!
Good.
Suddenly, they heard a
Here's one.
different.
No, you're close. It does have some of the same sounds. It's the same beginning sound and middle sound. Let's put a post-it note over that one. And we'll go back and we'll look at it.
What's that sound?
Okay, let's put a post-it note first because we're going to practice using our context clues today. So I love how you're trying to sound it out. We'll do that next. Let's read the whole sentence again with a blank in there.
Wait.
All right, you only need one there. There you go. So read it with a blank. And say you only need one.
Suddenly they heard a blank runkin.
That word is a roar.
Roar.
Suddenly they heard a blank roar. So what's a roar, first of all?
Roar!
Yeah. So what would be a word to describe a roar? They heard a what kind of roar?
Out of a lion.
Yeah, would it be like soft and quiet? What's a roar sound like?
Medium.
Yeah.
Roar.
Yeah, so it would be pretty loud. If you're roaring at someone who's roaring at them. So suddenly they heard a blank roar. So we know that this word, if we can sound it out, means something similar to
Deafening.
loud. Deafening.
Deafening.
So it's making them go deaf. It's so loud.